Well, good morning, everyone. Today is Valentine's Day 2023. It's about 9:30 in the morning. It's going to be a beautiful day here in the middle of Georgia, and we're actually going to kick off our planting season today. We don't expect any frost until next year, so we're going to go ahead and get started with one of my favorite vegetables. It's a perennial. It is asparagus. So we just bought these asparagus starters, and we're going to go ahead and plant them in this raised bed. If you've never seen an asparagus starter before, they are basically a root ball. And you bury these roots, and the asparagus will grow out the top here over time. If you're planting asparagus from these roots, you have to be really patient because it's going to take a couple of years at least before you actually get vegetables from it. It takes a year for the roots to take hold, and it takes another year, and you'll start getting little shoots coming up about like that, about as big around as a pencil, and those aren't ready to eat yet. You need to wait at least one more year, possibly two. So this is a long-term operation to get these asparagus vegetables going. But that's what we're going to do today, and it's not too hard. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to dig a trench in this raised bed. I'll move this out of the way a little bit. We're going to dig a trench about a shovel's width wide. These beds are brand new. They've never been planted in before. Fill them up with all kinds of good stuff this year. So we're going to go down, a good 8 inches at least. And we want to give these roots plenty of room to spread out. Hopefully you can see this okay on the camera. I'm not going to fuss with it too much. Anyway, we've got a nice shovel width trench that we've dug, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this topsoil, and we're actually going to build a mound inside the trench. Put some of this back in the middle and just kind of create a long row inside the trench that we're going to spread these roots out on. All the way down the trench here. I've got 8 of these asparagus starters, and some of them are pretty big, so I'm going to build these trenches up pretty good and hope that I dug deep enough. One of the advantages of having raised beds is you don't have to dig down on the ground so much, or kneel down on the ground so much. You do this pretty easily. So, not sure if you can see it on the camera or not. I'll move this here a little bit. You can see I've kind of got this trench down here. I'll put the camera back. Now what I'm going to do is take these roots and kind of spread them out like an octopus. I'm just going to lay them over the top of the trench. Spread their roots around so that they've got a nice broad area to spread out on. I'm going to take another one here, the same thing. Some of these are really large, some of them are small. So I'm going to try to space them out appropriately. I took these out of the package and put them in a bowl of water for about a half an hour so that they could kind of start absorbing water. This one. just keep doing this with all your starters. Spread the roots out along and over the top of the little mound you've built here in the trench. Not very hard at all. A couple more here. Now, in reality, you should probably spread these out a little bit more. I'm only, separating them by about, 6 inches or so. They could probably do better with a whole foot. But I got a lot of vegetables to plant this year, and I've only got 8 beds. So I'm trying to be as frugal with the space as I can be. If I discover that I don't have enough space, then I'll dig another trench, which is actually what I'm going to do, because I've got 3 more left in the bowl, and I just feel that these are a little bit too close together. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to spread them out a little bit more, give them a little bit more room to grow. Just kind of move them back along, even them out. Get them in here, spread them out just a little bit more. All right. Now I'm going to take some of this dirt. I'm just going to fill them back in. Fill them back in all the way. Cover up all these roots completely. And that's about all there is to it, really. Just plant them in here, cover them up, and then once I get them completely covered up, I'll water them in. I'll get the garden hose out here and make sure that this is well soaked. What I'm not going to do with the asparagus is cover the area with a bunch of mulch or pine shavings or any of that type of thing. Asparagus really likes and thrives best in warm soil. So the last thing I want to do is cover the soil so that the sun doesn't get to it. I want this soil to really warm up nicely, give these starters a fighting chance to grow, and hopefully in 3 years I'll be out here with my clippers getting some asparagus going. So here we are with the asparagus. I'm going to dig another trench and put the remainder on this other side. But that's all I got for you today, and we'll be back next time with some more gardening.